from there. All right, so the recording is in progress. It's September 10th, and we are going to keep a short and sweet video of what is happening so far in our stock and options the Discord and Telegram group. We are slowly growing, and unfortunately the emphasis is on the word slow. I thought it would be blowing up, and I'm hoping that the Autobot will be the catalyst that allows us to blow up, as well as create an opportunity for everyone to actually have affiliate income taking place. And eventually, over time, the affiliate income would be big enough that it'll actually put a dent to your budget, because this is a recurring monthly income for as long as the members are members. You are getting paid, and before it was more of a rebate on the upgrade channel. So if you're paying your $25 a month, and let's say you have 2 members, then it's like your membership is like half price. But the moment you have 4 members, membership is free, and every single month its net cost is 0, which is great. But it's clunky to get people signed up and things like that. So Kyle will be talking a little bit about that. So let me focus on the Autobot. So here's the hello. Okay, I hope things are visible. Here's the actual bot. This is the programming in Python, and every morning actually I have to launch it. But the good thing about launching it every single morning and clearing it is that I'm able to choose the stocks that I'm going to focus on. And typically, I want to be able to focus on the stocks that are going to be moving at that time. And if there isn't any one in particular that's moving, Tesla will always be there. And then SPY and QQQ, we're going to keep it there. Now, SPY and QQQ, the implied volatility and the movement of pricing is different than stocks. So this coming week, we're going to try, okay? For SPY and QQQ, my recommendation to you guys is that I highly recommend to just paper trade it for now, okay? Unless you have the Indicator Pro right in front of you, just paper trade it for now, because I don't know how the Autobot will be signaling the ETFs. Now with stocks, because of the way sometimes they move, it works out really well. And this past Friday, it worked out really, really well. So I'm gotten a little more confident with it. The reason I put out the alerts on some certain particular stocks is that I feel like they were on point, okay? So the great thing about it is that it's like, being able to watch, 10 charts continuously, okay? Every 10 minutes, you're watching the 10 charts, but you're not there. You're letting the computer do that for you. And what's great about it is that is doing it as if you're watching it, okay? As if you are watching it. And when I spoke to the developers, I had asked them to work it so that we would have something like this, all right? So for example, Let's take a look at one good winner, which is Tesla, right? So you have the price in which the signal fired. The day confirmation means that on the previous day, on the daily chart, so here you go, on the daily chart, there was a buy signal. Okay, so that's what it means by day confirmation. Okay, Indicator Pro. So on the Indicator Pro, on the 10-minute, there was a buy signal. Okay. EMA confirmation, VWAP confirmation. So, you know, the golden cross or the death cross, it actually took place. VWAP is the volume weight average. Okay, it means that on a buy, it is above it. On a sell, it is below it. And then volume confirmation, like, is there a volume that follows it? Or are you getting that little sell signal, but the volume is like way down there? Okay, so it won't fire that, because over here, so this is Z-scaler, for example, you have, you know, buy, sell, and it wasn't until 180, yeah, it wasn't until here that it fired, even though, yeah, it was a, you know, 5 confirmations at least. Even the volume didn't, but there were 5 confirmations that this was a good entry. I didn't feel confident, so I didn't enter. But because it gave at least 5 confirmations, it put it out. Okay, so you have that confirmation plus finally the orb. Here's the your opening range breakout. And so whenever it broke out of this range, and if he was out, okay, either in the upper side or the bottom side, then it will give you that confirmation. So I like the fact that it would give you all of that stuff, okay, so that you can immediately know, okay, this is the confirmations that it's giving for this particular ticker, and so you're able to enter in, okay? Now, so this is good, okay? That's like, you know, the computer watching it the way you would watch it anyway. Now, some of the exits, like Tesla over here, 295, you have, you know, half of your holdings. So if you had 100 shares, or if you bought even 2 shares, okay, it's saying, hey, time to sell one of them here, or time to sell, you know, 50 of them. Just lock in half of it. Okay, so you have some of that, but this is really sniping. This is good for equities, but not options. Okay, so just keep that in mind. So I like the fact that sometimes it'll have the 50%, but I've asked the developers to get rid of that and actually give it when there's another EMA cross and UVXY. Okay, so if there's a sell signal and on UVXY, there is a buy signal. Okay, so if there's a buy signal like this, and then on this signal, there is a sell signal here or sell signal there. If they correspond, then just say sell, just exit out. Okay, so that way you're able to lock in your profits. It's definitely more conservative. It's safer. You know, you're walking away green. Okay, and your winning percentage will be higher that way. Okay, now can you keep it longer? Well, that's where you want to be able to watch your screen and be able to determine, okay, am I going to hold it or not? Here's Apple. Well, the daily is kind of down, so this is going to be just a day trade on a bull run. Okay, so it's a one-day bull run, so I'm going to close it. Airbnb, okay, there's actually a buy signal. and there's a bunch of buy signals. So maybe this one, even though there was a sell signal here or a sell signal right there, you might feel like, you know what, I like Airbnb. I like the daily and how it's moving. I like the fact that there's a bullish reversal on the weekly. You've done your technicals, you've done your support resistance, and you feel like, okay, Airbnb is going to continually move probably. Let me take a risk. Okay, so you're taking a risk of this turning red on you. But because you've done your technical work and your support and resistance, you're actually, for that risk, get to potentially reward yourself with a greater gain. So instead of 5%, 10%, 20% gain, maybe it'll be a 40, 50, 80, 100% gain. Okay, so that's the thing. It's up to you. So one thing to keep in mind about the bot is that it gives you the signals. It gives you the entry. Okay, and starting next week, it'll give you the exit for a sniper trade or day trade. But in terms of how you get out, when you get out, it's still totally up to you. Okay, so that is the way it's going to work. So far is extremely promising. Already I've heard some comments, direct messages from people who like really loving it. Okay, so very quickly I want to stop here, and if I could get feedback from all y'all who've had it and you took a few trades from there or have been watching it or paper trading, just a quick evaluation. What did you like about it most? What is one area that you think it might improve?
I would personally just watch things by the end of the day when there were signals, because on one of them on Tesla, it was not accurate. But again, if you're using the rest of your fundamentals and everything else in your technicals, but if you're just looking for this to be automatic, like on things like Tesla, things that are like really expensive, I would really stay away from like morning open and close, so, and I don't know, I think you use the orb on the 5-minute, right?
Yeah, it's a 5-minute orb.
So I would probably wait for the retracement back to the orb and then go in, like if it was that early in the morning. That's just what you know what I mean? Like if you're using that short of a time frame.
Yeah. So,
but from what I've looked at it, I mean, because I've been following it like pretty much on paper and looking at what, because I do options. So, and the other thing, like you were talking about, was scaling out for your 50%. Well, maybe you're in one option. Maybe you just put your stop loss in where that is, and then, let it ride. Great. But if you don't have to, then, maybe just scale it down so, you'd be in profit and be happy.
Yeah. So another way, and I'm glad, Michelle, you brought that up, is that if another way to call this would be kind of like the breakout method of day trading. Okay, but what Michelle is mentioning is playing the consolidation. So Amazon would be a perfect example where it is within the 5-minute orb, and notice how it rose up and it stayed basically riding the edge, and this was the support. Basically, it became the support all the way to like 12:30, 12:40, and at 12:40 it fired a buy signal that took it completely out of the orb, and then from there it just went all the way up. Okay, so it took it basically from 132.30 to 133. So from a dollar perspective, is only it's a buck, yippee, right? But for an option, that makes a huge difference. Why? You don't have the IV burn that you have when you trade in the morning, and over here it's a lot more of the
it's
internal.
quicker for beta.
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
Yeah, I get caught in consolidation a lot because I don't like to enter on the open.
Yes.
So, I mean, I'm glad that I'm looking at this video, honestly, because it shows you, like, if you were just smart and looked, well, everything is lined up in a line until it takes off or down, you know, like I
Yeah.
have to train myself to do that too.
Yeah.
So,
Exactly. And as a matter of fact, one of the tweaks that we're going to work once this is done is, not only will we have the breakout triggers, but we also will have the consolidation triggers. So you can toggle it, like, do I want breakout triggers, breakout alerts? Do I want consolidation only alerts, or do I want both? Okay, so that's something that's being that will be worked on. But right now, first things first. And but still, you could still use it as a consolidation model by being able to watch where the orb is. So that's one key aspect of it. So that's the thing. Like Michelle, you'll need to study the options crash course here. A 17-part video that comes from Tasty Trade. It's awesome, fantastic. Go one at a time, and I kid you not, at the end of all 17, you will know more than 90% of traders out there. Okay, so knowledge is power. Knowledge is the best return on investment. So please learn more. Okay, great. Thank you, Michelle. Anybody else? Bobby, Michael?
Yeah, I think for me, I kind of monitoring, but it there's a lot of message going out, and it seemed to overwhelm me in the beginning, and because it's 10 minute, I guess.
Yeah.
I kind of wanted to see when we will have the day swing will be available. I'm not sure. That would be a day, right? Instead of a 10 minute.
Yeah, swing
I'm wondering
trading.
if we can try that. Yeah,
Yeah.
if you have something like that.
Mm-hmm.
That maybe kind of slow down a bit instead of a 10 minute. But anyway, yeah, because since you're mostly focused on the day trading, I understand that.
Yeah. So so right now manually, okay, so you could do it manually, but I want to automate that into an Autobot feature as well. Right now, you can do it manually by doing your support and resistance on the weekly and the daily. Okay, so for example, you have your list, right? And we're on the weekend, right? And that's the best time to really be able to do that. And you want to be able to monitor this way. So let's look at right here, okay, at the bottom left corner. We're looking at the weekly, and let's start by looking at the formations. And right now that's a bearish continuation. So this is not, unless you want to do, it's already down to 18. So unless you want to do a swinging put, you're not going to touch digital turbine. Typically, if you're swinging, you want to go for long calls. So Cigna, here is a bullish reversal. And look at the weekly, okay, just from here to there, okay. If you were to do the Fibonacci, if you were to do just, drawing charts on it, you'll notice that this is a fairly bullish one because in the long run, Cigna goes up. Okay, so that's a good indicator. This is a 3-2 bullish reversal. Okay, to learn more about the strat system, you can go to education and go to strat. Hello, what happened to the strat?
I noticed that on your JSON file, you had a 10 minute. If you put it like 24-hour? Does that mean that it's going to be monitoring the day instead of 10 minutes?
Right there.
Yeah,
In terms of the time frame, we can try, but I don't know yet.
I see. Okay.
Yeah. So once this is fine-tuned, then moving it into it wouldn't be 24 hours. Really, it would be more of a 4-hour signal.
Got it. Okay.
You know, because you want at least 2 bars per day. So that developing that part will be much easier than what they have done here from scratch. But definitely that is coming, and it'll be automated. But right now you can do it, manually. So you're looking at the weekly. Okay, this is positive. You're looking at the strat system, and it's already pointing to the fact that weekly, monthly, quarterly, they're all bullish. Cigna, looking at the daily, you kind of see a rise and then forming a little bit of a cup right there. And then there's a buy signal. So here we go. Buy signal is crossover, slightly above average volume. This is a good follow-up to what the weekly is showing. And then from there, you can say something to the effect of, okay, when would be a good entry? Mornings, you don't want to enter if it's going to be options, but maybe enter right here or right around here. And you're doing an option of 60 to 90 to 120 days. Okay. So, and I prefer verticals when doing a swing, because if it turns on you, at the very least, you can close out one wing to lock in the profits when it's on the opposite side. Yeah, I need to do a lesson on that one of these days. But that is coming. Okay, that is definitely coming. Okay, Bobby, Kyle.
Yeah. Sorry, I was messing with the Discord bot.
Okay.
You wanted me to go over the affiliate program?
Let me see. So right before we do that, let's go with. Does anybody have a question regarding how to use the Indicator Pro?
Oh, I do have a quick question for you, CJ.
Yeah.
How is it posted to that Telegram channel? Is that a bot created by is that a Telegram bot posting that?
Yeah. It's so when it fires, there's a webhook that's sent to Telegram, and then it posts it like that. So if Discord can take a webhook, we may not need a bridge, because it's a roundabout way to.
All right, yeah, because I was gonna say, CJ, that it might have an issue because bots can interact with each other on Telegram. So I don't know if my code's gonna grab what that bot says.
Yeah, no, we can do a webhook and talk to the developers to do that. So that's not a problem. By the way, on that note, I don't call out every. Here we go. So when I see that, okay, I don't call out every single one that the bot fires, okay, either because somehow I missed it, okay, or I just didn't feel confident in jumping in. Like Zscale would have been a good entry, but it was just you know, it was up like 21%. And I was like, oh man, I don't want to chase it. But in retrospect, that would have been a good entry. Okay. So the indicator actually was working, even on something that was overbought like Z-scale on Friday, right? But I didn't call it out. Okay. Now, when I do call it out, you'll notice me calling out options. And the options typically, the rule of thumb is 30-day DTE. And I would look at the premiums and try to gauge whether those premiums are within the range of what that stock typically is. You know, like Tesla would be very expensive. Well, so is QQQ and SPY. But sometimes like an AMD or an Apple, you would have very reasonable contracts. So I'll take a particular premium. But by and large, the rule of thumb is in the money, 30 days DTE. Okay, so you don't have to wait for me to call it out. You can do it yourself. Okay, but the rule of thumb is 30 DTE. Give yourself enough time, even though it's a day trade, give yourself enough time that if it goes the wrong way, it can still turn into a winner, especially something like Cigna, where everything is pointing long. You get into a long call, let's say, I don't know, you decided to get in here, and then it just, you missed it, and it started going down. And by the end of the day, you're like, you know, minus 10%. Okay, you can hold it, you can swing those, okay, because you have 30 days. Okay, so that's why I don't have quote unquote a day trade channel per se, because all of my trades are day trade with the possibility of turning into a swing if it doesn't happen to work out. Okay, so just keep that in mind. You don't have to wait for my call. You can get in it yourself. Rule of thumb is 30 DTE. You determine the premiums. And if you feel that is within range, you know, it's 1.2, 2%, 2.5% of the price, you know, the premium is, you know, 2 to 2.5% of the price of the stock, you know, and you determine that that is a good entry point, then by all means, you know, take it. Okay, and the best way to learn that is by paper trading in the beginning, and to kind of evaluate your trades and to see how well you are doing when it comes to choosing something, because you don't want to be choosing something that the premiums are way too high, number one, or number two, it's too illiquid. Okay, like the price differential, like SQM, for example, did I call out SQM? Nope, I didn't call out SQM, but I did jump into SQM personally because, let's see. Yeah, I jumped in and I'm negative on SQM for the day, but I also had SQM early over here, right? So this one I entered, I did not call out because the spread was too wide and the options were too illiquid. So it's like a roach motel, easy to get in, hard to get out, okay? Unless you are pretty darn sure and confident that this is a good entry to get into. And I felt very strong about it because they are, I think, number 2 when it comes to lithium. This is their weekly right here. I did, as you notice, I did my support resistance, and everything looked good. The daily looked good. It crossed over this buy zone for the second time. Actually, I should do this. Okay. And that's, as it was crossing, I said, okay, this is a good entry for SQM. Okay. But if I make a mistake on this, this is going to be costly because it'll be very, very difficult to get out. Okay. So you want to get into something fairly liquid. ETFs are great for that. Apple, Amazon, Google, those are great for it because the spread differential will be sometimes at pennies or 2 pennies or 3 pennies between bid and ask. And that's what you want to get into.
Hey,
Okay.
CJ,
Yeah.
I know you do a lot of, not, I don't even know you research sectors, right? So all the ETFs for sectors, is that something that we should be looking for when we're talking about where money is flowing? And maybe alerting that somehow? Like within your code, is that something that you have? Because I know that's something that you look at.
Not within the code, but it's something that you want to be watching. Look at the indices. So for example, I would look at a given, like the overall indices, I would look at something like this, right, for the day. And I'm like, okay, overall, it's going to be positive. Okay. So I would be very weary about taking puts if I want to day trade. Okay. So you want to pay attention to this. You do want to pay attention to sectors like this. Okay. These are all the different sectors, right? And Friday was easy because everything was green, right? But there'll be certain days where you will see technology be like completely like beat red, but then you'll have something like consumers cyclicals be green, energy, real estate, utilities, basic materials. Over here, you see a bunch of green and a bunch of red. So you want to pay attention to that. You want to, here you go. Okay. You can have a screen of the map available. You can actually hover on some of these things and you'll be able to see how many of those stocks are up by how much. So you do want to pay attention to that. But to keep it simple, this is what I watch. I watch UVXY. Okay. This is what I'm watching. And when I see something like this, notice how, the 2 lines are basically just tanking on you. That I'm like, okay, like over here, that the market is dropping like a rock. Over here, it's just going back up and down, up and down. Right there, you see like a triple top. You see it curving down, creating the death cross. And then all of a sudden, look at what happens. From that death cross you have this little drop, like a ski slope. And then now there's consolidation right here. Okay. So this is what I do in order to just watch one thing. Okay. So here's the lazy man's way of doing things. Okie dokie. Okie dokie.
Gotcha.
Good. So
I'm just thinking with lithium and with, like oil, like XLE, the banks, you know what I mean? Like maybe that's something because those are generally cheap options to buy. So maybe that would be a better way to play the things that you're thinking of that, like you said, don't have very much liquidity.
Correct. So like something like an SQM, you'll be able to play ETFs that are focused on that, like basic materials, for sure. Good. So moving on, Kyle, you want to tell us a little bit about how we're doing the affiliate program and what's good about it?
All right, yeah, we're gonna be sundowning our upgrade.chat affiliate program. Basically with that, you could only earn store credit. You weren't able to earn cash. But now you can sign up to be an affiliate through our new website through Gumroad. You make a Gumroad account and then apply to be affiliate. And then once it's approved, you'll get your links by email. And then once you start sharing them, when a customer would click on it, it would cookie their browser for 30 days. So if they purchase anything within the 30 days that they clicked on that link, you will be credited for the sale. And for example, with memberships, you'll get that recurring income on the memberships for life. So for as long as they hold a membership, you'll keep getting credit each month for that. So you can generate recurring monthly income on that. And basically we have a progressive structure that the more you sell, the more you'll earn. You'll start out at 15%, but every 100 sales, including membership renewals, that'll get bumped up 5% until you could reach 50% commissions where it'll be capped. If you go to our, like what CJ is showing here, if you go to our affiliate page, there's instructions on how to sign up. And just follow the steps from there. And then that's pretty much it. But there's also a resource page that you can make banners and stuff, or however you want to advertise. And that's pretty much it. And if you also have websites that if you go to Gumroad on your affiliate dashboard, you could create an embed to embed into your website. Also, what CJ's showing right there, if you go to your developer console, and just to make sure that your link works, you can see that it's cookied in Gumroad affiliate with your ID and everything. And I'll tell you how long. It'll be 30 days till it expires. But that's pretty much it. If you have any questions, you can always reach out and DM me.
And so one good thing about it is that, you know, with the upgrade links, you know, it's pretty ugly when you send the link for people to sign up. Whereas, you know, when you do it with Indicator Pro Shop, they'll be able to take a look at this, right? Be able to play the video, which is, you know, less than 2 minutes. And by the way, if you have suggestions on, you know, making better videos, or maybe you know how to make better videos, by all means, reach out to Kyle, and we'll try to incorporate it. And so they can purchase the indicator, okay, directly here, and you get paid, okay, in cash, or they can go to Discord and sign up for Discord, and whichever one they purchase, you get, if it's PayPal, you get paid immediately. If it's credit card, I think every 15th of the month or 16th of the month, you get paid. So
I think it might actually be bi-weekly for the affiliate payout.
oh, bi-weekly, okay.
Yeah.
So bottom line is that you do get paid out that way. It gives you a lot more flexibility in terms of you're wanting to advertise it, link it. It's just a much better look. It's a much more professional look, and this is mobile cell phone friendly. So most people look at this stuff on their mobile phones, and so when you send it out to them, they'll be able to see this and say, hey, this sounds pretty good. Can you tell me a little more about it? And you can be on the phone, you know, talking to them, and they'll be like, you know, yeah, that sounds fantastic. Let me try. And when they join, they're in. Okay, we set up, Kyle and I helped them set up everything so that they're all good to go on Discord as well as Telegram. And right now, the biggest selling point is, hey, we are working on we're beta testing on Autobot, which will be fantastic, which will be awesome. You know, similar Autobots in many other services are anywhere between like $40 to like $90 out there. Okay. And they get the opportunity to use it for free and, you know, benefit from it until we are officially launched. And once we officially launch, you're going to get a founder's price. It'll be like super duper cheap. I kid you not, we're still working. It's to be determined, but we will make it, you know, super duper affordable for especially you guys who are our charter members, because you've been with us since the beginning. And so if you're watching this video on our Discord and you're still a basic member, reach out to one of the members, use their links to sign up for membership. So that way you get that benefit as well. Because once we launch, the price will continually go up. It's not going to go down. Okay, so it'll be obviously cheaper than anything out there, more, affordable than anything out there, but it will definitely not be going down per se. Okay, so that's our affiliate program. It'll start at basic 15%, but as you get closer to, you know, once you hit 100 plus, it's 50%. Okay, and that is recurring. And that money is yours, okay? And there are hardly, you know, other products out there where you're going to receive that type of affiliate fees, because they're typically like a one-time sale, or they cover you for like the first 3 months or something like that, and it stops, okay? Because, you know, they're kind of like a full-time business per se. Whereas for us, we're on a shoestring budget. Okay, so before we go, I wanted to give you an update on the live trading. Right now, Mike Walker has been doing live trading with commentary on trading futures. And if you have not watched it, it behooves you to watch it, because you know, it is like 90% like printing money. It's on point, okay? And he walks you through it. You watch him do it himself. And you know, some days he will lose money, but most of the days he'll walk away with $600, $800, $1,000 profit, just like that. So you know, he's doing it full time, okay? And he does it for a few hours in the morning, and then he's done. And you can do the same. I think Michael has been part of it. Michael, how's that been working out?
It was a little confusing at first, because he was using the what is that app, the book map.
Yeah.
And I wasn't able to see it clearly. And I know he sent out the range, but as far as the you know, the call out to for Iron Condor, I got I got confused with that. So I wasn't really clear. I'm hoping that there may be a video that live or somehow later on that I get a chance to watch how he does it more clearly. But doing the live, I got distracted with other thing, and I looked at it. It wasn't really clear. Maybe it's me that I wasn't getting into the right timing. But yeah, I also tried a book map too, kind of like a 1 month service to kind of look at it. But there's a lot of learning I need to go through. But anyway, yeah, I'm sure Mike did a great job, and he was trying. But the thing is, it's the timing that we're going in and out, and I wasn't ready in the early morning when he started. I came in late most of the time because of my kids out in school stuff. Sorry about that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So
when is this happening, CJ? I think I missed it.
He's on typically at 9 a.m.
Okay, gotcha. And is it through Discord that he's doing it?
Yeah,
Okay, gotcha. And
live
does he
trading.
have a way to do bookmap training? Because that would be really helpful, like that other gentleman, I believe you said his name was Mike is.
Yeah, so Mike and I, we've discussed it, and we actually are going to do a training video.
Awesome, because you know it's free on TD Ameritrade, right?
Yes, it is.
Yep.
Definitely. So that's so that is what's happening in live trading. I want to be able to expand it, but right now, honestly, with the number of premium members that we have, it just doesn't make a whole lot of sense because, you know, there's not enough people watching it and benefiting from it. And so that's another reason why I'm excited about the Autobot, because a lot of people will be excited to sign on to a membership that has that. And if they're making money through that, then word will get out, and word of mouth is definitely the best way to grow. And we want to grow quickly enough and have enough people so that way we can have you know, live trading that's taking place. Like, you know, Mike would be doing the Iron Condor. Then we would have day trading, swing trading, and maybe, you know, at the end of each day, have like a 15-minute commentary on how the market went and things like that. So right now, we don't have the people, we don't have the experts to do that. And so we want to do
Even
it.
if they were able to do like a video
Mhm.
of what they were doing, like I understand exactly what you're saying, you know, like
Right.
we're not going to start this whole thing but even if there were snippets that you could put in your library like you have for all of your other
Yeah.
education resources, like
Yeah.
stuff that you were doing and not taking up time, but you just said, hey, you know what, I'm recording it on Zoom, so if anyone
Right.
wants to watch it, great. That way it's not a scheduling nightmare for you
Yeah.
or you know, a waste of time, you know, and effort. But if you see anything on the, like, I have no clue about iron condors, none. So, you know, I mean, if anybody sees, I mean, this goes for anybody, if anybody sees any good resources, you know, send them out or send them to you for approval. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It could just be more fluid for the information that's out there instead of recreating it too.
Yeah, that's definitely something to consider. Right now, my Kyle and I are working to build up and develop it. And so once that kind of settles in and we are in a, you know, a certain rhythm, that is definitely something that we can do and make part of the community, because I know it'll be helpful down the road for sure. Okay. So, but I'm glad that you're bringing that up. I appreciate that, Michelle. Good,
Well, and
good.
as I come across stuff, I'll send it to you too, and maybe you can,
Please.
you know, put it in channels as you want to or not, or, you know, just thinking of things that could help as the building happens. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Send it to me. We'll take a look at it and curate it based upon where it would fit, and then you know, incorporate it into our Discord for sure. But yeah, it's exciting. It's looking great. Next week we should phase 3 of the Autobot should be complete. Okay, so once it's complete, we're going to continue beta testing it and look at the results. Okay, so we had a hiccup on Wednesday where the majority of the callouts were losers, but on Thursday was good, and especially Friday we were like 6 for 6. So the yeah, we want to really test it out before we like officially launch it. So if there are any other inputs, insights, or anything that would help from a marketing perspective, from a value perspective, or something that you can help out with, by all means, reach out to Kyle and I, and we would love to be able to incorporate it and help the Discord grow. Okay, because the total membership, both basic and premium, we're just at, under 400, which is great. But you compare that to some groups that are like 4,000, 40,000 members. We still got ways to go, and we still have that much potential. So really super duper excited about that. Okay, so we are at 6:56, and I want to keep it short, so that way you guys can enjoy the rest of the weekend. And again, thank you for being here, and just help us continually to grow. Let me see.